Namaste, I'm Shilpa. So now I'm going to discuss about the chapter atoms. By the 19th century, the enough evidences were on the favor of a atomic hypothesis of matter. So initially two models were introduced. They are the plum pudding model and the planetary model of atom. This plum pudding model was discovered by J.J. Thomson and the planetary model of atom was by Rutherford. So first one is a plum pudding model. So this was by J.J. Thomson. So according to him, the entire positive charge of the atom were distributed on the entire mass of the atom, and the negative charges were there in it like a seeds in a watermelon. So the entire charges were distributed in it. I mean entire positive charges were distributed in it like the entire volume. Okay. And the negative charges were there in it like seeds in a water. Like seeds in a watermelon. Okay. The entire positive charges were distributed throughout the volume of that atom, and the negative charges were there in it like seeds in a watermelon. And exactly this was a wrong. I mean this is a failure model. So we all know this was not a exact imagination we are having about the atom. So this was a failure model, and the second model is a planetary model of atom. Planetary model of atom. This was discovered by Rutherford. So according to him, the entire positive charge of the atom or a mass were concentrated at the center, and it was taken like a nucleus. So entire positive charge and the entire mass were concentrated at the center, that is taken as a nucleus, and the positive charge is at the center and the negative charge, that is taken as an electron, that is revolving around the positive charge or revolving around the nucleus. So in an atom, around the nucleus the electron is revolving. Like such, around the sun the planets were revolving. Okay, around the sun the planets were revolving. So in different orbit, different planets were revolving around the sun. So this was a second model, that is a planetary model of the atom. Here the entire positive charge or entire mass were concentrated at one point, that is a nucleus, and the negative charge or electrons were revolving around in it at a specific orbit. This was a now taken model. This is what the model we are accepting now. So next about the alpha particle scattering. Alpha particle scattering experiment, and this is also known for its setup, that is a Geiger-Marsden. Geiger alpha particle so this was the two names for a single experiment. Okay, alpha particle scattering experiment or a Geiger-Marsden alpha particle scattering. So this is having one experimental setup. So now I am going to draw it. So initially it contains the source. Here the source is the alpha particles. Okay, so then it is passed to the bricks. So it contains the bricks. Then that beam is passing in between the beams. Then it is passed to gold foil. These were passed to the gold foil. Then at some distance it contains one screen. Okay, the alpha particles which are scattered, which are coming from the beam, then it is passing through the gold foil, then it is passing through the screen. So here we are getting the beam. Okay, most of the alpha particles which are scattered will be coming here, and this is some angle. I will take this as angle as theta. So here also some alpha particles were scattered. This was seen through help of the one screen, that is a zinc sulfate screen, and to detect it contain a detector and microscope, and here also in 180 degree there is also taken place some scattering. Okay, this was the setup of a alpha particle scattering experiment or a Geiger-Marsden alpha particle scattering. So here initially it contains a source. Here the source is a alpha particle that is emitted via radioactive decay. Okay, the one sample is taken, then it is passed through the narrow beam. Okay, then after that it is passed to the gold foil. Here at the gold foil it is these gold foils is of having the thickness 10 to the power minus 7 meter. Okay, that much small gold foils were kept. So this was, I am shown the major distance between them, but is not exactly. It having only 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter, that much of distance. Very small. So like 2.1 divided by 1 into 7 zeros, 3, 6, 7. So we are getting very minute one, right? So that much distance between these two gold foils. So then later the scattered alpha particles were passed to the screen. The most of the alpha particles were we are getting here. Then some are scattered at an angle theta, and it was detected by a detector, and to see we are using the microscope. Then it is having one screen, that is a zinc sulfate screen. So some is most of will be going in this direction, some are scattered with some angle, that is theta, and some will be reflected backward due to the repulsive force. They will be coming in this direction. So this is the scattering. So like this way the alpha particles were scattering. So for this one, Geiger Marsden did an observation. So according to him, he have given the 4 observation from this experiment. Okay. So same thing which I have explained here, then that only the observation made by him. So the first one is most of the alpha particles pass through gold foil without any collision. So without any collision, the most of the alpha particles were passed through the gold foil. Okay. Only a few alpha particles scattered at an angle theta, and some alpha particles were scattered at an angle theta. They are also detected by the detector and with the help of the zinc sulfate screen. Very few were reflected backward due to large repulsive force. So there are also very few were reflected backward due to the large repulsive force. See here. So due to the large repulsive force, the sum of the